Wow. You know where our stream ended?
Yes.
It's playing some loose women stuff talking about COVID-19. How dare they? Right. Anyway, we should be back and you should be with us. Can we
Indeed
have the chat confirm? Is everyone back?
I believe we are indeed back.
Right. Let me come off of this nonsense and go back to our amazing streams. Interesting. So we're not live on YouTube. Allegedly. Oh, we are.
Yay, we're back.
It's playing the intro.
One minute. Are you just looking at the same video?
Yeah, I might be looking at the old one. Here we go. Yay. We are back. Hello. Right. All good. It's all working again. Right. So let's get on to the next thing we want to talk about.
The significantly more important thing, because now somebody has to defend poor Norway.
Okay, so most of you will have heard, or well, not if you don't watch the news, I guess, that Norway sends Britain or the UK a Christmas tree every year as recognition of the fact that we helped them out during, that we defended them during World War II, I believe. And so they donate a tree to Trafalgar Square every year. And here is this year's?
It is indeed this year's.
Okay. Now, people were complaining that the tree was a bit sparse. And we were talking earlier about this. Do we think that Norway is sending us naff trees, or do we think that they are being stored and that they are just simply not being looked after in storage before the great tree lighting? Because that looks very sick.
I don't think it's that bad.
You can see through the tree.
Yes, but it's a tree. It's not a monolith.
Look, how much of that tree is just twig?
That is not a bad tree.
Phyllis Bear says you should have saved the French. You get a statue.
Thomas said it must be climate change.
Damn it, that climate change is ruining everything. On the bright side, the tree hasn't yet had a heart attack, so it's all good.
That I don't think that is a bad tree. Now, if you want to criticise the tree or an aspect of the tree, that's perfectly fine, because I have something to criticise on the tree. What on earth is this negative effort lighting?
Oh,
what is this?
God, there's someone just went to the top and just let everything fall.
Yes. It is the least effort lighting of a tree I have ever seen. It's an embarrassment. I tell you what, you could have put a blind dog up there and it would have done better.
My tree looks better than that.
No, okay, first off, don't compare yourself to them. That's unfair on them. Your tree is insane.
That's appalling.
Are you going to show chat your stream? Your tree, rather.
My stream. The last time I tried to do that, I got banned. Yes, I'll take a quick video of my tree. 1 second.
Well, I didn't mean do it now. How are you going to run the video? You're going to upload the video and play it?
Yeah, I'll upload it and play it. Right, 1 second.
This is the height of technology now.
I need to mute for a moment because I need to unplug. 1 sec.
Okie dokie. It's just you and I, chat. She can't hear us. Quickly, say something. Don't be rude. I will also defend them in that people are deliberately taking the most awful pictures of this tree they can possibly manage. I will concede that looks like a threadbare tree, but at the same time, they're also looking straight into the sun. Like, come on. Just realised she might be able to hear me. If I come over the video, you know why. It's because I'm trying to keep this show on the road. Meanwhile, my sidekick has abandoned me.
I heard all of that. Thank you very
Good.
much. I said I was muting.
Yeah, I know you were muting, but it was
So-
whether you muted the volume so I didn't come over the video.
No, I unplugged my headphones so I could hear what you were saying about me while I wasn't here.
That's my point. Did I appear on the video that you were making?
Oh, no.
Good.
Oh, maybe.
Good. No, maybe. Make up your mind, woman.
I was recording, so probably yes. Well, I can always upload it with no sound.
No, it's okay. You upload. You explain to us what the tree is and all the rest of that.
Well, there's nothing to explain. It's a Christmas tree, but
JMFS said bet that costs 30,000 to decorate. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. It is the worst decoration of a tree I've ever seen. It's actually somehow worse than the balloon trees.
right. So under my tree is my cat and an extension cord. So just ignore those.
Which one would you like us to ignore the most?
Well, they might be a bit distracting. My cat's asleep.
Oh,
She loves dark places, and yet she sleeps under the tree, and I don't quite understand why or how she's happy with that, but she for some reason is. So anyway, right, let me just upload this and then I'll share. Oh my god, what is that?
what?
Those
That's
giant are they balloons?
They are indeed.
Is that the one I told you about?
This is just a random Christmas tree balloon.
Wow.
Apparently, these are very popular because you put them in. I genuinely expected to find it instantly, but no, you put it in and there are loads of them.
With whom? The Helen Keller Society for the Blind. That's truly horrendous.
No, it gets worse. Don't be stupid, Joe. It always gets worse. Like, that's actually got some effort behind it. This one doesn't.
That's horrendous. Well, isn't the tree supposed to be at the bottom? What are those balloons supposed to represent?
Feet. I don't know. I don't want to know.
What are they? A load of bald heads. I don't even know what that is. God, even the presents are balloons.
Well, you're hardly going to put real presents on top of the balloons. They pop. Then your Christmas tree balloon will fall over.
Is this
You'd look stupid.
Is this a tree for sale somewhere?
Yes, it is. Do you want to guess how much it costs?
Oh God, no, it's £30.
No, be reasonable.
Tenner.
14 quid.
Wow. Whoever buys that, you were robbed. Because I know balloons. We have balloons up at New Year's, and I'm telling you now, yeah, Kitty would love this tree. GGG says those balloons are going to start to deflate before you even get past New Year.
It could be worse. You could have a balloon dress.
And I know it's obvious that you wouldn't get them in that condition. But oh my, you get a pack and you have to blow it all up yourself. Who could be bothered with that? That dress is horrendous. Is she on stilts?
I hope so. Or they're very tiny balloons.
Or is that the tallest woman in the world? Maybe it's... No, she can't be that tall.
Can you imagine the squeak?
As she walks?
Yeah. Be awful.
Indeed. Right, who's ready for a video?
Absolutely.
Okay, we'll do this video quickly. As I said, just ignore the cat and the extension. I filmed it the right way up, so it's probably not going to be widescreen, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
I will also defend them in that people deliberately...
Wow!
Okay, I'm going to have to do it again in widescreen.
That was the widest tree I've ever seen. Just take a picture.
I will do. One sec.
Just take a picture. That was the widest, fattest tree I've ever seen.
That tree's been eaten well. That's all I can say.
It's eating like a bee, isn't it?
Right, one sec. I'll be right back.
I just noticed you have a tree and you don't have a single bee in your tree. Which is ridiculous. That is about as off-brand as one can possibly get. Will, you have seen nothing. Just wait until you see the actual proper tree. instead of factory. Joe very much enjoys Christmas, and I don't really understand how one can put so many lights up in a single room, but somehow Joe does. I don't know where she's gone. She claimed to go and take a picture of a tree. I don't know whether she's taking it outside for a photo shoot or
No, shut
she
up.
suddenly
I'm
has
here.
like the world's
I'm
longest
here.
living room. She's having
I'm
to walk
here.
about 30 miles in order to go and find the tree. It's in
Right.
like one of those grand houses where they have the ballroom sort of thing.
If only. I wouldn't be sitting here trying to save ourselves if I was in a good position like that. Okay. Right. I will try again. Yeah, I'll just delete that video. It's a shame it stretches it because that was a really nice video.
It's done that with so many videos. I don't understand.
No, me either. It's very weird. But anyway, so now I've got a couple of pictures which should work. I've taken one portrait, one landscape, just in case.
Good. Got to have a backup.
So if one doesn't work, the other should. Right, let me save this. And this. It's a real shame about that video. It looks so nice.
Oh, you know, you can give it another go later on.
Right, okay. Right, let's see if we can get this done. I will try... I'll try landscape first, because that should actually work normally.
They should both work normally when they go up as pictures. It's just the video, for whatever reason, it doesn't like it at all.
No, I've noticed that with loads of videos. It's just, it just doesn't sort of translate over, unfortunately. Okay, let's try this. Just wait for them to appear. Okay, everyone, here is the tree. Or here. It's the same picture, essentially.
Look, there we go.
There you go. There's my tree. So yeah, less is more. So I've got so many baubles on that tree.
Less is more. Love, you have more decorations on that tree than you have tree on that tree. How is that tiny little leg holding all those decorations up?
Because it's English made. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, the point Jordan was making, of course, is that we, just we plebs, can do a better job than whoever was paid a fortune to decorate that monstrosity in Trafalgar Square. So there you go.
Will,
there
it's
you
not
go.
a dog, it's a cat. It's a very large cat, to be fair.
Yeah, she's cute. I thank you. Very proud of my baubles, Sir Francis. I've spent years.
White tinsel this year, which is... I remember very, very well us having this conversation and you saying you hate white tinsel and silver tinsel. You only like the red one.
No, I said I was going... So, okay. I went through a phase, like most people have, I'm sure, where you've gone for different... I've never gone for a different coloured tree, but different coloured layouts. Like, sort of pinks and silvers and whatever.
No.
I decided a couple of years ago, I'm done with all that nonsense. I want to go back to the tree, the colours of my childhood, which were the reds and the greens. And I never quite understood whether it was gold or silver or white that went with red and green, but something needs to break it up. Otherwise, everything just looks like Freddy Krueger. It's true. So there you go. And then I had an epiphany this year, and I thought, well, the reason why people probably use silver or white, it's to denote snow or frost. So anyway, there you go. So that's my tree. And I do make a big fuss of Christmas, but as I said earlier, I think for me it's a time of coming together, being together, a time for family. And it's important. I think it's very important, more important than we realise, especially with what's going on. that we take these celebrations seriously. Aside from anything, they're part of our tradition and culture. But they're important to us because we are community people. We are social. So, yeah, I think it's a good idea to make a fuss. And it doesn't matter if you make a fuss with decorations or having people around or just making sure you maintain contact with people. That's all effort. That's all making the effort. So, anyway, right, enough about my tree. What else you got?
What was next? We've defended / attacked the poor Norwegian tree.
I do think it looks a bit ill. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like it needs a tree doctor.
Okay, you think it looks ill. You think it needs one of those tree surgeons.
Yes.
I think it's okay. Can we all agree that the lighting is horrific?
Yes.
Like the lighting isn't even close to acceptable.
It's low
Whoever
effort.
designed this did low. No. Like there's low effort, and then
there's
there's
no
no
effort.
effort, and then there's whatever the hell this is. This here is negative effort.
Put it back on the screen, please, while we're talking about it.
Doing it, woman. Look at this. Is not an effort to decorate anything.
So this is Trafalgar Square. Of course, we all know who the Mayor Ratweasel likes and what he likes. He is not a Christian.
But he likes Eid.
He doesn't celebrate Christmas. So can we just compare this year's horrendous entry to last year's, please, if you can find it?
They had one last year.
Yeah, we have one every year, don't we?
But I thought last year they may not have. Let's have a look at like an old one.
Even with the lights on it, look, you can still see through. There's so many gaps. There shouldn't be gaps. Exactly, Philomena. No effort.
This was the tree back in 1950.
That still looks better, and it's black and white, so you can't.
Of course,
even
it looks, but it's even got a little star on top. Like they put effort into this, considering the technology they had at the time. There wasn't LED lights or any of that jazz. They just had some light bulbs. They ran down to Wilkinson's like everyone else.
Is that Trafalgar Square?
Yes.
Can you find something a bit more modern than the 50s? Like a colour one? It's the same tree, said Fearless Bear.
Right. Do you know how hard it is to find pictures of this tree?
Boudica says, I wonder if a less than stellar tree was chosen and if the decorations were just slapdash as another way to put down European Yuletide. Yes. Quite possibly. I mean, the people are not really hiding it anymore, are they? Yes. Will says, now that's a real tree. Look at how they've hung the lights on each branch. Someone actually went to some effort there.
I cannot find pictures of this tree from years past, apart from way back when.
That's a good point. One easy money makes. It reminds me of It's a Wonderful Life. Yes, it does me.
It does, actually. It's quite pleasant.
Hasdak says, my tree was a tenner from Wilco's bargain.
Oh, it's actually quite nice. Even from the back, you can tell the father and son are smartly dressed.
You can, yeah, but just the effort alone. English Bird says, your rules. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I may not be a Christian, but I live in a country that has a very firm base in Christianity. Our values and traditions have come from Christianity, and Christmas is a very big part of our culture. And it's important that we celebrate those things. I can't believe you can't find another picture.
I actually can't.
It's a Wonderful Life is such a good film.
Heck is this? Oh no. Okay, we've now moved on to the next section of the show, which are what I'm going to title Christmas Tree War Crimes. And I think we've found it.
Oh no.
What the fresh hell is that?
What is that, like a greenhouse? Is that glass? What is that?
Yes.
Oh no. Soulless. I just want to bring up Matt's comment and talk about it for just a moment. Have you all seen It's a Wonderful Life? And do you know what the story is?
I've not seen it. I have heard of it. I have never wanted to watch it.
It's a Wonderful Life is a very good allegory for what we're going through. It's about a man who, well, spoiler alert, first of all, you might want to mute for a moment while I
It's-
explain what happens. It's about a man who grows up in a small town, has a community, and runs a small bank. Right, then you need to mute, love, because spoilers. Sorry, Philomena. Runs a small bank, saving and loan, it's called. And basically, he and his father, who started it, spend their entire life, all of their days, helping the people in the town to. It's like a co-op. So everyone in the town contributes to the bank, and the bank loans certain families money to build their own homes. It's a really nice setup they've got. Anyway, due to a very unexpected and clumsy mistake on behalf of his uncle, this man is at risk of losing everything, and he feels that he has nothing to live for. He has a wife and children, and the massive respect of his entire community. But he feels so ashamed that he's let them down, even though he did nothing wrong himself. You've also got a greedy bankster, a money-grubbing little grabbler in this show, trying to take savings and loan off them
I
constantly.
wonder who he's based on.
I've no idea. Probably some elf somewhere. Anyway, so basically, this man feels he has nothing to live for, and he goes to take his own life by jumping off a bridge. When the Lord above sends down an angel to save him, and he says he wishes he had never been born, and this man shows him. It's basically a take on the Scrooge story, but he basically shows him what life would be. Had he not been born, had he not helped all those families. And the upshot of it is that he always had something to live for, and that was his community. And his community came through for him in the end, because it was about missing money. That's the reason he was going to lose everything. And the community raised the money themselves. So all those times he'd helped them and saved them, they stepped up and saved him. And it's such a wonderful story. It's a bit, I'm not going to say weepy. It does really make you feel very, I don't know, it reminds you of what's important. It's a really amazing film. But it's really an allegory for what we're building. Getting away from the grabblers, the beast system, the money, and just helping each other, lifting each other up, raising each other up. That's why I love this film. Because it's us. It's how we always should have been, and it's how we're going to be. It's too late for that, Will. Massive spoiler. I've just given the whole synopsis of the film. But I did say spoiler alert.
Yes, you did.
So, yeah, it's just such a good film. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend. Because how this man lives and how he and his community have worked together is how we should be. And this banker is the last dying remnants of a beast system that we want to escape from. So, yeah, there you go. Highly recommend It's a Wonderful Life. And pointing out again, we can all have wonderful lives, but we've got to stop playing their games.
I didn't see that.
Ooh,
Vern just pointed out there's a little skull there.
Probably his last victim. We don't know.
It must be said, like, this is a 10 out of 10 desk.
That's you're always the woodworker, aren't you? Before everything else.
No. Like I don't even mean from the wood perspective. I just mean like, look at this chair. You know this man's important. This is what we need to get back to. We need to get back to chairs of grandeur like this and desks.
Yes, we do.
Whatever the hell this thing here is.
I don't know. What is that?
I don't have a clue. Like, I don't understand what Uncle Fester's doing here, but whatever, I'll go along with it.
Can you zoom in to that thing on the left? What the heck is that?
What, this?
What is it, like some kind of? What is it, like the Olympic chalice?
I think it's like the Olympic flame. I'm not sure. I don't know what it's doing.
That's amazing. I don't even know what that's supposed to be.
I don't know either, but this is proper set design. They nailed this. I love the cigar as well. They're 10 out of 10. This was back in the days when lung cancer wasn't a thing and they couldn't
Yes.
care less.
Everyone smoked.
Everyone smoked at all times.
Oh, everyone's saying it's an oil lamp. Wow, literally everyone's saying it. Okay, we got it. Thanks, chat. Literally everyone said it. Boudica's asking what's the statue on the back.
By the looks of it.
Back left behind Uncle Fester.
That appears to be...
Al Jolson? It looks like Al Jolson.
No, it kind of has that pose that you see Napoleon in a lot, but it isn't Napoleon at all.
No, not him. Behind Fester. There.
Oh my!
Al Jolson. I don't know. Does anyone know? Does anyone know? Is he wearing a turban and glasses? Or is that someone with a lot of hair?
Oh, you can't zoom in enough for it. I'm not sure.
Oh, it's a Moor, says Grouty. Yes, of course. The Blackamoors, the Spanish Moors, or Justin Trudeau. Ryan Howard. That man's been in blackface so many times he has genuinely forgotten. Philomena says it's Aladdin. Grouty says it's not Roger Moore. Boudica says we're calling Castro. Oh, you guys are on fire. That's so good.
He was a young Castro.
Will says that's Ali Baba. The Napoleon-looking guy is maybe Andrew Jackson.
Could well be. Come on, show me the picture that I want, you son of a gun.
That was so good.
Do you know what? I actually do believe it is indeed our good friend, Monsieur Trudeau. Long-term friend of the channel, obviously.
Francis disagrees. He says it's Bob Ross.
I still truly love how he went so in depth. He painted his hands black.
I'm telling you, you don't get that kind of commitment these days. That's all I'm saying.
But the thing is, he's blacker than the two Indians.
Look at his teeth. Look at his eyes and teeth. To be fair, he messed himself up there. If he closed his mouth and closed his eyes, no one would have known it was him.
Oh God, there's a colour picture of it.
Oh, I really want to see that.
I've always wondered why these pictures, which were from the early 2000s, were taken in black and white, and this must be the reason.
Oh my God! How pink is his tongue compared to his skin?
What is happening with his tongue here and all?
That's his very close friend and confidant, clearly. That's amazing. That's amazing. Look, there is two handlers at the back watching him.
I have never seen this before, but I love it. 1 minute.
You know it's good when you can hear Muttley. Oh my God, what is that?
The headline for this article: Trudeau blackface costume causes stir at Prince George High School. Some dude turned up just like it.
So that's someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's so good.
It's kind of clever though. If you dress up as Trudeau did when he blackfaced up, what can you be arrested? Did you say,
I don't know.
Trudeau? You arrest Trudeau and I'll accept it.
Apparently, it broke their policy towards multiculturalism and anti-racism. I don't understand why. He's just impersonating the Prime Minister.
Exactly.
What's the point? He's dressed up like the man is his hero, obviously.
Just impersonating a dirty commie. Well, how is that racist?
I don't know.
Does one have to be a certain ethnicity to be a communist?
Shadow of his former self.
Oh, that's so good. We never get tired of Trudeau. He's the gift that keeps on giving. Well,
He
we're all
really is.
we are obviously tired of Trudeau, but not from an entertainment perspective.
Not from an entertainment perspective at all. No, it just keeps getting better every time you see it.
Same with Boris and Trump. Every time one of these people makes a statement, it's like, yes, come on, what funny thing have you said today?
The world is a
don't trust them.
significantly worse place since Trump went away. Just saying, the quality of memes have really fallen through the floor.
Yeah, what's going on with memes? They seem to have dried up. It's hard work actually trying to find good memes lately.
It is. They're awful. The sheer quality of meme in 2021 has been, I would say, one of the worst years ever. There isn't a memorable meme going.
But when Trump was elected, the meme factory was on full tilt. That was amazing.
2016 was the year of memes. It was amazing. It was like every day there was a new meme.
Just goes to show, doesn't it? People meme when they're winning.
When they start losing, they stop doing it. Reality is the new meme.
Will says social media deletes them all before they can get going.
No, I don't buy that at all. They're not even on 4chan.
Do we need a great meme reset? Roy is asking. I think we do.
We do.
Boudica says, Trump said he was mad at Netanyahu. Well, that's always a dangerous thing to say, isn't it?
Well, long-term suicide there, unfortunately.
So next month, Trump didn't kill himself. Just putting it out there.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the memes have certainly dried up. I don't think it's so much demoralisation. I don't want to go down that path either. I'm hoping that all the memesters have devoted their time to less entertaining but more practical pursuits.
Do you want to know
they
what
don't have
else
time.
has dried up, Joe?
What?
The water to this god-awful tree.
Let's have a look. Oh my God, where is that?
Devon.
Oh, that's just sad.
It is sad. Look, there's once again a negative effort tree.
That
I'll
tinsel's
concede.
appalling. How many baubles are on that tree? Like 7?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
How do you know if the green ones
16.
How do you know if the green ones are baubles, not just bits of the tree dying and decaying?
I don't know. I said the world's smallest picture of this tree.
That's quite a big tree. Like, what happened to it? They sent it to the barbers first. Honestly, that just looks sick. I mean, it looks. No, I mean it looks like a sick tree. Like
it
it's
looks
unhealthy.
diseased.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't say sick because I think it looks great. Stupid words, new words that had changing the meanings of words is ridiculous. No, when I say sick, I mean sick. That's just sad. I like how that one branch at the top. There's one branch that's actually doing what it should, and they've stuck a green bauble on it. That's amazing.
What's your opinion on curvy trees, though? Oh my good God. There we go.
Oh, it's like a failed bonsai experiment. Did it fall over or someone been swinging on it? Yeah, yes, they have got the green and red, Sir Francis. They do get a point for that. Who decorated it, Boudica? I don't know. The local pet rescue centre? They probably just, put some baubles in an animal's mouth and made it run up the tree.
Well, like a squirrel.
Oh my God, what's happened to that tree? I mean, that is the worst possible lighting. If you're going to have a tree in front of bright light like that, it is going to look sparse.
But no, I don't think there's any saving this lot. There you go.
Oh, that tree. You could at least trim it so it looks somewhat conical.
How are you trimming that? There's no way you can trim that into anything.
Philomena says it's a cursed tree. It's like the kind of tree you see, in old horror films where you go into the creepy haunted woods.
No, you know what this tree looks like? It looks like something out of Chernobyl.
mutation.
Yeah, that's it. It looks like a Chernobyl tree.
Oh my God, that's just appalling. The fact that someone put that in their home, decorated it, and then took a picture. No self-awareness, although you thought it was hilarious.
Can be both.
That decoration's appalling as well.
Yeah, look at that tree in comparison to this one here.
God.
How the hell does a Chernobyl tree? This thing has been blasted by more radiation than anything in history, and it still looks better than that god-awful tree.
It looks like a trident.
It does. It actually looks pretty metal, but that's not the point.
You're right though. It does look healthier. That sounded like you said, doses and doses of radiation, and it still looks healthier than the other trees we've seen. What is the chat's thoughts on a real tree versus artificial?
Oh, now we're talking.
Apparently, the going consensus is this: that you must use an artificial tree for at least 10 Christmases before it has the same carbon footprint as a real tree. No, just no.
What?
Where's the middle?
What do you mean, where's the middle?
What's it
It's
gone?
right there.
Where's it? Where's the bottom then? Something is missing. They've not even opened the branches out properly. Not that there are many to choose from. Where are the rest of the branches? Right, let's have a look. Chat. Roy Kinson says real. What do we think? I've got an artificial tree, but I've had it for many, many years, and I just prefer them. I feel worse throwing out a real tree every year.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because I don't think they should be cut down. Like one tree in the middle of a village for everyone is one thing, but I don't know. I don't like cutting trees down. They belong in the forest, or they should be used for something useful, not just decoration.
Okay, but why can't you do something with it afterwards?
Well, you can if you've got the ability and the space.
Well, when you get the ability.
Well, okay. Well, I can't create a garden if I don't have one.
Well, not with that sort of attitude, you can't.
Wow. I just go and take someone's house. I'm not a communist, you know.
No, just go take their garden. But even so, like it's a plant. It will rot down into compost, and then you could put that on gardens.
I just don't like the idea of it. I don't know.
But it doesn't.
I'm weird. I know.
Okay, so wait, you would rather dig up ancient dinosaur juice, convert it into some sort of unbreakable plastic, use that for a couple of decades, and then throw that out?
No, it's not what I said.
That's basically what you said when you said you prefer it over a real tree.
I didn't say.
What's wrong with nature, Joe? Why don't you like nature?
I said I've got an issue with cutting down trees and using them as decoration.
Damn vegans.
There you go. Reboot needed. Hardly. All I eat is meat, really. We got a fake tree, had it for years now. English bird, a fake one. Got mine second hand and reuse it each year. Yeah, I've used mine a lot.
I don't have a tree.
Oh, here we go. It's Grinch time. Why don't you have a tree?
I don't have the room for a flipping tree.
Not even a tabletop tree?
No. You know what my house is like. Where am I meant to put a tabletop tree?
I don't know. Somewhere.
What, on the side of my desk?
On a kitchen Yes. Don't be a Grinch. Matt says real tree, needles everywhere, smells nice though. The needles are an issue for me.
I've only ever had a real tree once and I love the smell of it. Yes. Mr. Ollie also loved to climb inside it, so that was a mild issue.
Grouty says that tree's got alopecia. It's certainly lost a bit of hair, hasn't it? They are more work. Yes, I do agree. You have to water them or keep them watered. And the pine needles are a bit of an issue. I do think they're a nicer look. Will says, what can you do with an old Christmas tree? Beat someone. That's a bit harsh, Will. I'm sure we can come up with something else. You could use them for firewood, yes.
I don't think they'd work well with firewood.
I think they will if you let them dry out. Were they not?
Fair enough. Next year, yeah.
But you'd have to find somewhere to store it where it stays dry. Ah, thank you, Boudica. There you go. This is what we're talking about. Build you a nice house with a garden and a fireplace. I miss a fireplace. I do miss a fireplace.
The fireplaces are awesome.
They are.
I miss mine as well, but I can't get to it.
That's a good point, actually, that English Bird raises. A lot of places just sell their trees really cheap if you wait as close as Christmas as you can. And you could get one for £1, in which case you may as well get one. Wear one on a jumper, Jordan, says my stepdad.
Wear one what?
A tree.
Hey, actually, 1 minute. I do have a tree. I have
Go
my
on.
little whittle tree.
Oh, not really. Not unless you can hang baubles on it.
There is the moral support of a tree, though.
Maybe. Philomena suggests on the windowsill.
You know what? I'm going to put my tree up right now. Give me a moment.
Phyllis Bear says, get a poster of a Christmas tree. Oh, this is a good comment.
I am back, and I am back without a tree as I cannot find it.
Right, English Bird says, make one out of twigs. 5-minute hacks will help.
Well, they would, apart from the fact they're going to get your channel nuked.
Oh, 3D print a tiny tree, says Grant. Well, he doesn't need to. He's whittling them
Yeah.
with his own fair hands.
Whittle one out of a massive log, according to Roy.
Yes, I'm sure he could. It would take a while, but he could. Right, let's look at this abomination that you've got up on the screen. What? It's all collapsed. Where's the bottom of it? Where is the? Yeah, melted. Exactly, Matt. It melted.
I don't see the issue. What's wrong here?
Well,
This is a tree, is it not?
where's the rest of it? Where's the stump? Where's
There's somewhere down there.
goodness sake? Oh, I love those dancing trees, Stafford.
Oh God, no! I hate them.
Oh, they're novelty. They're cute.
They're ridiculous. I despise bloody no. Just no.
I will say there is something you could do, but I'm not sure how you would preserve it. It's a question from someone in the chat. But when
put
you
it in the garden.
No, I was going to say you could try and, well, I don't know, you can reroot a lot of plants. I don't know if that would work with a tree, but you could cut some of the branches off a real tree, and if you can preserve them somehow, make a wreath the following year. I just don't know how you'd preserve them, stop them drying out and going brittle. What is that supposed to be?
Well, you asked where the stump was on the previous one. Well, there's your stump.
Is that for people who buy very tall presents? Like, what is the purpose of this?
It's for very, very tall people.
Oh, I've read about this. These are called parasol trees, right?
Excuse me?
It's parasol tree. It's basically the top of a tree only on a stick.
Why?
Like an umbrella. That's a pet safe tree. Yeah, it's very safe. Although if your cat's clever, it will climb it. Anyway, I don't like that at all. It's minimizing the things that we love. Don't like it. No, next.
No, I don't like that at all. But apparently you can buy it for 50 quid out of Argos if you have no taste at all.
£50 for a quarter of a tree.
Yeah, I was going to say half a tree, but no, it's a quarter of a tree.
It's just the top part. My artificial tree comes in 3 pieces, so technically 1/3. But that's the top part. That's just the top part.
Think how much money they're saving.
So I wonder if they sell the middle part separately and the bottom part separately as well. You know, for very short people.
Like out of IKEA.
Yeah, like midget trees for very short people. Oh, what is that?
What's wrong with that?
What is the point? What is it? There isn't enough tinsel in the world to cover up the gaps in that tree.
Okay, do you want to know something sad?
Go on.
I found one worse.
Impossible.
You want to bet?
Oh my God. It's tiny and sad.
It's an actual branch.
It's just a branch.
It's a branch.
Fair enough. I did say tiny and sad. If that was an entire tree, I'd have been very concerned.
Oh my God, that is awful. I love it.
I hate it.
Okay, what about last year's tree?
Go on.
Possibly the year before last year.
Oh my God! What did you do? What did you look at the pine needles on the floor? What did you do? You didn't put any water in that bucket, did you?
I forget water in that bucket, love. I don't think they've.
Do you think they've left that up for the entire year? Because
I don't know.
oh my God, it's literally dying from the butt to the head. It's just peace. Yeah, it needs water. Oh
This
my
is
God.
one bald tree. I reckon whoever owns this poor thing.
I think they've left it. They've had it over a year. They've tried to reuse their real tree.
Well, I think they've gone one step further. I think they've baked it. I think they've got the heating on too much.
So I thought they were evergreen. Yeah, but they can't exist in a blooming oasis. They need water. Oh, the Griswold tree. Yes, that's another film I highly recommend. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So funny. Especially the scene with the squirrel. Everyone will know. Or the chipmunk. Everyone will know.
I can't work out if this is genius or heinous. I think it tends towards both.
No, that's low effort. That's a ladder with lights.
But it is a low effort. Do you know how difficult it is to get a ladder out of a shed?
It's a tall ladder, though. I'll give you that.
It's a really big ladder.
That's taller than my tree. That is lazy, though. Just buy a tree. If you can afford a ladder that tall, you can afford a tree. They've got real ones down at B&M now for £25. If anyone needs a tree, by the way. Oh, Fearless Bear, nailed it. Shall I put this on the screen?
Oh, yes.
Do you want a second strike tonight? Whatever.
Go on.
There you go. It is the tree that got the jab. That's amazing. That's truly, I couldn't be bothered. But I had all these lights.
Good
evening,
lights
Johnny.
And a ladder to put them up.
Yeah, I forgot the damn tree. I knew there was something missing when I climbed up the ladder. But even the bauble action there is pathetic. It's like, what, 5? And they've had to hang them on the lights because there's no branches. And is that a wreath on the door? Can you zoom in, please? What is
That is indeed a
supposed
wreath.
to be? It looks like a hollow turkey. What are they, legs at the bottom? What is that?
I don't know what that is. Oh, I didn't want to zoom in even more. No, that's heinous.
I don't like that. That was pathetic.
Who the hell hangs a bath towel up over a wall, by the way?
It's not a bath towel.
Why is there a shoe? What the hell?
So now I know what happened. There was a tree. They fell off the tree, fell off the ladder. Shoe got left behind, and they were like, damn it, I hate this tree, and they threw it out.
There's a bowling pin on top.
Yeah, this is fake. I want to know... Oh, okay. That's technically a decoration, so it doesn't count.
Is that a decoration or a tree?
No, it's a decoration. You can buy those for outside, like solar powered. That's not a Christmas tree. Plus, look at that unruly hedge behind it. They could have shoved loads of bits of foliage in between the lights there and made it look like a tree. No, no, no. That is an abomination. What is that made from?
By the looks of it, it's made out of the same stuff that Jonathan would put over his cabbage.
Brilliant. I hate that. I hate it. Is that concrete?
Stockton, you have a lot to answer for.
Is that concrete?
A hell of a lot. No, that's not concrete. That appears to be some sort of fabric.
I truly hate that. That's appalling. They put more effort into spray painting the snowflakes on it than they did making the tree. That's appalling.
I agree with Grady that is not a tree.
Oh, he also says wizard sleeve.
This is a tree.
Oh, what did they do to it?
He's wearing a necktie.
It looks like they've removed its head. That's a great looking tree. I agree, Boudica. Utter waste of fabric. That's a great looking tree. If there wasn't that big gap where the neck should be.
It's almost as if it broke and they've just, I don't know, slapped that on.
What a shame. That's a healthy looking tree.
Why didn't they just cut it off? You cut like the bald part down, then they could have super glued it on top.
I don't know. That's like the Ichabod crane of trees, isn't it? It's the headless tree.
What the hell is that?
Ichabod Crane, the headless horseman.
Is he related to Nearly Headless Nick?
No, completely different.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
But they're both headless, I'm just saying.
Roy, that's so weird. He's suggesting the gap could be filled with baby cheeses. I don't know what to say to that.
To be fair, if you really wanted to, you could tinsel that and no one would know.
I could tinsel it. I don't know if anyone's got as much tinsel as I do. Yeah, what a shame, because that does look like a nice, healthy tree. That's how a tree should look. Maybe a gap or two, but not the gaps we've seen before. And I don't think that's a real tree either. I think that's artificial.
I think it does look too good. I kind of agree. I think it's artificial.
My stepdad says it's Bazooka Joe. Apologies, Bazooka Joe. It jumped. Says that's a low-hanging light. What about the trees you can get that are upside down? Have you looked up those?
What the hell do you mean an upside-down Christmas tree?
Just have a look. They're a genuine thing.
Why?
I don't know why.
I don't like that.
Somebody with no taste thought Christmas is a bit boring. Let's shake it up a bit.
No, I don't like it. Is this Australian Christmas?
No, this is genuinely sold everywhere.
I hate it.
I hate it. What do we think of that?
I do not like that at all. That breaks physics.
It's the inversion again, isn't it? It's satanic. It's the inversion of everything. Inside out, upside down, back to front. It's all inversion. I truly hate that.
God, they're everywhere. What's going on?
I don't like that. A reboot says upside down tree is an old pagan tradition, but there's the inversion thing and I can't ignore it. Sorry.
Either way, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
It's weird.
Wow, that tree has more decorations than mine. And maybe I'll find a few more. I hope those are real presents and I hope they all drop.
1 minute. I have another one. A final one.
Good evening, Mark. Hello.
A very cool looking room. Apart from that.
It's just weird. It's wrong. You know, on the way that we know when things are wrong. That is wrong.
Exactly. It's jarring.
Yep.
No, I don't like it. That can go away. Everyone can look at the bee again instead. He's back.
So Reboot's saying druids dug up trees and replanted them upside down. Pray tell, do you know why?
They just finished licking toads.
No, my stepdad, these are everywhere now. And I know you can get them in Britain. I think it's an appalling decision, whoever decided to design those. It's just wrong. You know why I dislike it the most, actually? Because it goes against nature, because trees do not grow that way. It's unnatural.
See, anything that goes against nature is unnatural and thereby should be rejected. This is why I'm firmly against the metric system.
Oh, here we go.
No. I'm not carrying on with that. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm firmly against the metric system because it goes against nature. It's awful.
Oh, Boudica says we need to have a bee naming contest.
His name is Mr. B.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
He's an animation. He doesn't have a name.
No, his name is Mr. B.
I tell you what, we'll have a bee naming competition. Next Friday, you can put in your suggestions and we'll give him an official name.
And Mr. B will win.
No, you don't get to take part and judge it.
Yes, I do. His name is Mr. B. I will continuously refer to him as
When did
Mr.
you
B.
become a fascist?
Last week. Last week I did, goddammit. I signed up.
My stepdad said the next design of the Christmas tree will be a symbolic tree in freefall. It'll probably just be a tree that they've lit on fire and it's just gone out. Oh, right. So DJ Mark says, Mr. B is good. My son says Steve.
No, your son is wrong.
Boudica says that's lame, Jordan.
You're lame.
Roy says rigged. Rigged!
Damn right it is. This is democracy right here.
Matt says, isn't the meter based on the circumference of the planet?
No, the meter is stupid and is based upon random French nonsense.
When my children were born, they were weighed in pounds and ounces. And apparently now young children are all measured in kilograms, and I hate it. I don't understand it.
How incredibly natural. So how much do you weigh? Oh, I weigh 67 kilograms. Okay, what's that in a normal proper measurement which people can understand?
Yeah, like stones. Stones. We understand stones. If somebody says I'm 25 stone, do you have to work out if they're obese or not?
No.
Exactly.
You hear the word 25 followed by stone and you're like, good God, you are the size of a house.
You're going to be one of those people airlifted out of your home and televised.
Not quite that big, but close enough.
Well, the thing is, English Will, don't be a traitor now. Says the metric makes sense, the imperial doesn't, lol. Yeah, because you'll be like, you notice you can say anything if you say lol at the end.
Will's comment. Drugs are measured in kilograms. Do you want your children to be compared to drugs?
That was the best comment of the evening.
That is amazing.
Oh, that's so good. No, just say no, kids.
Just say no to metric nonsense.
In fact, given what's going on, everyone, just say no.
To all things at all times.
Just say something, just for a random conversation about nothing in particular. I'm drug-free and wish to remain that way. It's a healthy way to be. Matt says imperial. Hold on while I find a king's foot. Oh, English Bird says no. I don't know if she's replying to us or whether she's replying to Matt. I'm not quite sure there. Oh, finding a king's foot. Not the usurpers in Buck House at the moment. One Easy Money says, I'm American. I have no dog in this fight. What do you use in America? Do you use kilograms? Or do you use pounds and ounces? Do you think?
They use the standard, which is basically the old variant of the imperial system.
Roy says metric is for simpletons. Imperial requires maths. There you go. That takes pride of place on the screen there. There you go. Gallons. What do we think about gallons?
Oh, do you remember when you could buy petrol in that? See, the thing is, they still rate your car in terms of MPG.
Interesting, but you can only buy petrol in litres.
Exactly.
So how are they measuring it in miles per gallon if we aren't buying gallons? And most people can't be bothered to make the conversion to work out how many litres equals a gallon.
To be fair, isn't it 5 litres to a gallon?
I don't know. Yeah, One Easy Money, pounds and ounces. That's what we used to use. That's what we should be using. Will, we don't use kilograms like a bunch of drug dealers. Go on, Will. He's on one now. Will's not having it.
I'm just saying, nobody has ever bought a stone of coke. That's simply not how it's sold.
Well, no one who ever survived has ever bought a stone of coke.
No one has ever bought a stone of coke full stop. They don't buy it in pounds. They do buy it in kilos. That is the international standard measurement for drug dealing. It keeps it nice and easy for the CIA.
Right. The other big question of the day. Not just the CIA. We all know who's behind the coke trade. No, that'd be heroin, wouldn't it? Apologies on behalf of the English, everyone, except they're not really English, so why am I apologising? Okay, Fahrenheit or Celsius? I don't like Fahrenheit, says Boudica. English Will says Fahrenheit. Phil as Bear says Fahrenheit is stupid.
I will concede Fahrenheit is a very stupid form of measurement, but it's not metric.
What's the therefore you prefer it?
Is that like I had to think for a minute? I was trying to think. Is there anything going for it? It's like no, not really. It's not very convenient. It must be said.
David says petrol was 67 pence per gallon when I started driving, and I couldn't afford it. Well, you won't afford it now, dear.
How much is petrol around you?
It's £1.59. No. £1.60 something a gallon, but I buy super unleaded. I don't buy that E10 rubbish.
You buy the posh stuff,
which I can't afford, by the way. But I won't put that E10 rubbish in my car.
I buy the cheap stuff because that's what I can afford, and it costs $1.47 a litre at the moment.
It's still too expensive. I mean,
it's insane.
If you guys remember last year, we were talking about when the price of oil bottomed out, literally went into negative prices, which means that nobody was paying for it. It was being given away because everyone had too much stock and they had to just move it. And it was costing them zero, less than zero. They were being paid to take it. Where did we see those savings? Did anyone go and get petrol last year that cost them nothing? Or your basic tax and maybe an admin cost for getting it from the pump?
I found it hilarious how the other day I saw something where the government was complaining they're not passing the costs on. It's like, really?
The petrol pump operators, yeah.
Is that the government are lecturing people about not passing the costs on? Meanwhile, tax on petrol is near enough £1. Like, come on, lad.
Do you mean £1 per litre? It feels that way.
Yes, that's what it is. It may well be £1 per litre. It was 87 pence about 6 or 7 years ago now. Now it's probably over £1, which is insane.
It is insane. It's ridiculous. You are literally being taxed for everything. And it is ridiculous. And of course, we know what the goal is to make sure you don't go anywhere, don't have any fun, don't see anyone, don't do anything. For those of you who are lucky enough to own diesel cars, I think there will be a lot of people working on alternative fuels in the next year or so. In the next few months, I would say, actually, much sooner than that. So there will be options available. I unfortunately just bought a petrol car because I'm an idiot, so I will have to trade mine in for a diesel. But I think those of us who switch to diesel are going to be okay in the future. I will say when it comes to Celsius versus Fahrenheit, I tend to use Celsius when it's extremely cold, and Fahrenheit when it's extremely warm. The left-right side. I know when America was established, I won't get into who owns America, but when it was established, I think the differences wanted to be explored to their fullness, which is why we have different words for things like, pavement and sidewalk and so on. But the rest of Europe drives on the right-hand side of the road, so I don't know if we are just the awkward ones here. But being one of the oldest countries, we're putting our foot down, so left-hand side of the road, so don't care.
Japan drives on the civilised side.
Do they? I did not know that.
Yes, they do.
Didn't know that.
This is one reason why we have so many Japanese cars here, and we always have. It's just because it's so much easier. They drive on our side, we drive on their side.
I've got some prices. You asked a question before you left. Hasdak says $1.51 for the peasant's fuel. For super, $1.45 for the peasant's fuel. Andrew says petrol. I'm so sorry. I see the comment and then it takes a while to show up. Petrol went down a bit in my area, 44.9 pence a litre from 45.9.
It's a little bit of a drop. It's still ridiculously high.
Hang on, 44.9 pence a litre.
144, 145.
Ah, right, okay, fair
Just
enough.
take the one as a given.
I was going to say, because I'm coming to visit you and I want to know where your nearest petrol station is. Boudica says we're $1.57 per litre at the moment.
It's about 70 odd pence. But then again, considering you have Alberta there just pumping it out, it's insanely expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, taxed twice. The thing is, though, the taxes, they're unearned taxes. It's like the government's no smoking or smoking ban, no smoking drive, whatever you want to call it. As with the fuel, once you get rid of something that's creating an income, a revenue, they have to replace the new thing with a revenue. So people who think, okay, well, so we'll all move over to electric cars and there will be no more petrol costs, they'll put all those taxes and all that additional cost onto the next fuel that you use, whether it's electric power or maybe they'll allow hybrids, I don't know. But they'll also raise taxes and they'll find other ways to tax you to make up for the deficit. There is no getting out of this. We are in full Robin Hood mode at the moment, and the Sheriff of Nottingham is greedy. It's never going to end. And this is why, of course, we talk about, preparing for things that are coming. Store what you can, save what you can. We can make petrol. Or we make petrol, yes. Well, diesel we can. I don't know if we can make our own petrol.
No.
I would like to hope that someone will find a workaround in the future. But as it currently stands, we can only make our own diesel.
Making petrol is not something we would be able to do. Because in order to make petrol, it's not like with diesel. Diesel you can make with vegetable oils and what have you. To make petrol, you need to actually have petroleum and then skim it off the top.
Yeah, not really something you can do in your backyard, is it?
No.
Okay, so we had a couple of things wanted to go through tonight. Shall we quickly do those?
Oh, what were they? Genuine question, I forgot.
Right, so
this is how I want to lift the lid up a little bit. This is basically how the stream works. Joe decides what the stream is. I sit there and say yes, and then we get onto the stream, and I have no idea what's happening.
It's because Jordan's so laid back. If he didn't actually walk upright, he would be asleep while we're streaming.
I am incredibly relaxed in comparison to you.
You are.
You need to de-stress. Have you ever watched Bad Boys?
Yes.
Right, you know the woosah thing.
Not for a long time. I don't know what you're talking about.
But okay, the little one, he does the woosah where he rubs his ears. You need to do the same and relax.
If you just sang the song, I would have said that's Bad Boys. That's literally the only part I remember.
It's a great film.
It's a great song.
It's a great song and a great film.
I do remember in Bad Boys 2, wasn't there a scene with a massive swimming pool and it burst?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that scene. That's it. Right, so last week's prepping challenge was the oils and fats.
Indeed it was.
And we were talking about how easy it is to start filtering and storing the fat from the foods that you are cooking throughout the year. Lard just lasts forever as long as you store it correctly. And if anyone's thinking this is a bit convoluted or complicated, it's not. All I do with my lard, every time I cook sausages or pork, I basically filter it, put it into a container and throw it in the fridge. That's it. I've been doing it all year. It doesn't mold, it doesn't go off, it doesn't turn. And I will be using that for my roast potatoes on Christmas Day, among other things. I also cook all meat I cook now. I use the lard or the beef dripping that I save from cooking, and it goes back in the pan.
And think how much money you save from that. Because they charge a bloody fortune for it in shops.
Yes. And, well, it's not too expensive, but...
It's like £1 a jar. That's quite expensive considering it's a waste product.
But a lot of people don't cook with solid fats, and they cook with oils. The problem is that one of the few oils that is good for you, which is olive oil or coconut oil, very expensive. People tend, and I understand why, because I did it, to buy seed oil, sunflower oil or vegetable oil. It is cheap, and there's a reason it's cheap. It's poison, it's toxic. It's omega-6 fatty acids, which makes you gain weight. So the best way to lose weight is to eat more fat. And that's not a joke, and it's not a scam, and it's not a fad, and it's not a phase. The more fat you eat, the more satiated you are, the less you snack, the more fat you have on your plate. Don't trim the fat off your meat. It's good for you. It's what our ancestors lived on.
Do you do sauteed potatoes at all?
Not usually, but I've had them and I do enjoy them.
Okay. Have you done them with beef dripping or lard?
No, but I'm thinking of trying it in my chip fryer.
Oh, there is a chip shop up in Hunstanton, and they do their chips in dripping.
I will say, though, that obviously that's a hell of a lot of fat full of chip fryer. But I will try that experiment. And just coming back to the coffee with butter. I did try it. It was absolutely gross. And you'd have to be desperate to ever drink it unless you like that kind of thing. But I did try it with butter, and it was as rank as I expected. There you go. Never
Yeah,
let
I've
it
been
be said I
corrected.
backed down from a challenge.
Lard is 30p for 8 ounces.
It's
So,
fairly
considering
reasonable, but it's a
okay,
small
fair
amount.
enough, reasonable, but considering it is effectively a waste product that you can get when you're cooking your nice shoulder of pork sort of thing.
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
exactly. And that's really the key, isn't it? Because we're all about not waste and not wasting things. Joe, did you blend it? Because you really need to blend it. I stirred it quite a bit. I've got a milk frother thing, and I stuck that in it to try and break down the butter. I used very soft butter as well. It just didn't taste right. It's like I can't cook steak in butter because I don't like the taste of butter. I just don't really like the taste of butter. I'd probably been better off putting a spoon of lard in my coffee. At least it's neutral. I may not have blended it enough, but it was still disgusting. But thanks for the tip, Andrew. I may try it again if I'm ever feeling brave or if I get drunk or something. You know, I'm just like living on fumes or something else, then I could probably swallow it. Or Marmite, says English Will. No.
Here's the thing. Jo will never try that ever again. She tried it once, that was it. And to be fair, she tried it.
The famous quote, tried it once, didn't like it.
Yeah,
there you go. Yes, it was unsalted butter, English bird. But yes, so yeah, know your oils. Okay, here is the basic breakdown of health versus non-health. Omega-6 oil, which is what you get in your seed oils, is very bad for you. Very bad. It not only causes problems for your health, it causes problems for your skin, for your hair. It's really just very bad for you. It was never meant to be consumed by humans. Omega-3 oil, which is your coconut and olive oil and various other oils like that. Brilliant.
Yeah, like if you look at things like rapeseed oil, for example, that was entirely an industrial oil. It's only really, really recently where people started cooking with it.
Yeah.
But I'm not even sure when that started. I'm going to say the early 2000s. It may have been before then, fair enough. But as far as I'm aware, you never saw it sold until the last 15 years.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't remember it growing up as a kid at all. But it is machining oil. That is its entire purpose.
Yes, exactly. And you're consuming that. You're giving it to your children. It's just no good. I would argue the same point for margarine. Utter rubbish. Any recipe that calls for margarine instead of butter, you can replace margarine with butter.
I will say the same thing that I always say whenever Marge is brought up. The god-awful factory at Canning Town shut down a long while ago now, and easily 8 years after it was gone, you could still smell it. It is just an awful, awful smell. It is horrific, and it seeps into everything.
These are synthetic oils. And given what is going on right now, we do not want to be consuming synthetic foods.
Synthetic is rather an apt name.
Isn't it? But yes, so just know your fats. It's really, really important that you put natural products in your body. Otherwise, you will have unnatural diseases and problems. Simple as that. So the prepping challenge was covering oils and getting to know your oils, storing up the oils you can, As I said before, lard is so easy to store. You may not even be picky enough to want to filter it. That's up to you. But at the end of the day, it melts back in a pan or a pot, and you don't have to worry about it. It lasts literally forever. And it's just so good for you. It's a byproduct of something you already eat. You know it's good for you. And with regard to your olive oils and things, they're just really expensive. So if you are using things like olive oil to cook meat in a frying pan, that's where you want to be using your lard or your dripping. Save your oils for your salads and your dressings, or drizzling over something that requires the oil, a liquid as opposed to a solid. So there you go. So that's the prepping challenge. It's the last one of the year, because we know that you get it. The bottom line of the prepping challenge was to get people in this mindset where they're thinking, I need to prepare for what's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't matter whether you're talking about oils or whether you're talking about tea and coffee or whether you're talking about dried foods. It doesn't matter. It's about having that mindset. Do I have enough to get me through in an emergency? Hopefully you all do now, at least of the foods that you regularly consume. So we hope so. And just a quick reminder, don't forget water and pet food. We haven't covered that. We've run out of weeks, literally. But water and pet food are important too. Again, in an emergency, if you have pets, if you do not keep pet food, and I know pet food's rubbish, and many animals would prefer to eat whatever's on your plate, but the reality is they come in small packets, they are sealed, they will last a long time. And it means that you're not using your food that you're rationing on your pets as well. And water is a game changer. You need water to cook, you need water to drink, you need water to wash. Eat pet, save on food, says Roy. If you want to go ahead and do that, I want to see videos where it didn't happen. So yes, keeping in some water, even bottled water. I know it's one of the evils, but to wash in, probably perfectly fine.
Plus, you end up with a bottle.
Plus you can, if you get one of those bottles that don't leach poison back into your goods, then you can actually start filtering your own water and storing it. Here we go. Look, cider. Reboot's on it. This week I'll be stockpiling cider, ready for Crimbo. Yes, we all need cider.
I love cider.
Right, a couple of things I want to say. Right, Will says, I've definitely got a fuller cupboard now than a month ago. So glad to hear it, Will.
Good.
Although
Good
you
stuff.
you were on your game anyway, weren't you, for food? You know your way around good foods. Okay, I'm going to need a bigger oven, says Roy. Boudica says spaghetti is my dog's favourite meal. Dogs are, we call them human dustbins or garbage disposals, but dogs will eat literally anything you have.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there is that. But I just think the convenience of pet food, that you can buy a couple of tins of pet food and they will last a long, long time. It is handy to have as a backup. A quick reminder of the Christmas decoration challenge. Again, we mentioned it earlier in the show. It's just a reminder that the 16th, which is the day before, is next Thursday, is the last day to get your entries in. We hope you've all been working on something for the competition, for the challenge, and we will be showing all of the entries on the stream on Friday of next week. You can get hold of us in DLive, in Telegram or Discord. If you want us to take an entry from you, please tag us so that we can make sure we grab it. And we will put them all together in a folder and we'll go through them all next week. Thank you in advance for everyone who's taken part. Last reminder is that we will be on Telegram this evening after the stream. So, a short stream, says Roy. We'll be on Telegram after this stream and we're about to close it off. So, probably about 5-10 minutes and we will be over there on the Telegram chat. If anyone would like the link, please speak up now. And we will give you the link.
Yeah, just pop it in chat anyway. Save time.
Okay. So here we go. So here is the link to our Telegram. Come and find us there. Where to put Christmas deck pick. Daffy, if you just tag us in Telegram or put it in general in Discord and tag one of us in it, please. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, we're going to be on Telegram in about 5-10 minutes. I need to go and get another drink. My throat's a bit dry. And nip to the loo. So we will see you all very soon. Thank you as always for your giving up your generous time, for taking part, for having a laugh with us and having some fun. It's almost Christmas, everyone, so I hope you're getting excited. Yeah, I think that's it. Was there anything I missed there, Jordan?
No, that's it.
Daffyd, just @ you just do @ and then put our name in. When you do @ you should drop down a whole list of everyone who's in the chat. I hope that helps. Or send it tonight and we'll go through it. But we'll find it anyway. We should. So yes, good evening all, and be safe. Talk to you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye bye.